Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Yo! What's up, guys? PKSparkxx, the pinnacle of Mario LPs, and also your competitive Wi-Fi battling conductor is here again on Monday with another competitive Wi-Fi battle for you. Now, today's battle is insane. First of all, you guys know that I do not play by tiers. So, luckily, everybody who follows me knows that I don't really play by tiers. And they do not bring OU power whenever I say let's battle. Because I never do. I bring a team that I think works. With that said, I will not doubt that I have a Togekiss and a Volcarona on my team. But also, he has a Nidoqueen. He has the Flygon, which is can actually do work to my team. Flygon can have Stone Edge, completely destroy your Volcarona. Same thing for the Machamp. Machamp can have Rock Slide or Stone Edge, destroy the Volcarona. You have the potentially Flash Fire Arcanine, which could just laugh at a Volcarona. So you know what? When it comes to tiers, this is one of the reasons why I say that tiers don't really matter. You see that his team has amazing tight coverage, and it was definitely a struggle, an uphill fight, just for me to punch a hole in his team. I don't even know if I could. It was one of them battles where I just looked at the team and I saw no inherent weakness. So the only way I could really figure out how to battle was figuring out his team. My team was pretty much just thrown together. It was pretty much just teams that a Pokemon that I just brought together and to try and see if it worked. There's no real synergy here. So with that said, I do notice that I have a really strong weakness because I have no Rapid Spinner or Defogger, nor do I have anybody to set up any entry hazards. So with that said, if my opponent was packing those as well, I know that this battle would have gone a totally different way. Luckily, that wasn't the case, and he did not bring any entry hazard Pokemon either. I was fearing that the Nidoqueen had Stealth Rock, but you're going to find out later on whether or not it had that. Before we begin this battle, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button. If we can get this to 1,000 likes, then the next battle will be a double battle. Also, we have reached 50K subscribers, and we got ourselves an entire new, what do you call that word? Makeover. Yeah, we got an entire new makeover on LumioseStation. So, I figured it's only fitting if I make over my thumbnails to match the new colors of LumioseStation. But that all said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed the thumbnail. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. And the only way to find out the winner of this battle is to hit this play button. The battle begins with my Zeppelin, the Togekiss, and his, Shocktasmo, the Manectric. Now, instantly, I'm like, okay, this is a really bad switch in for me. Worst case scenario, he goes for D-Tech to get the safe Mega Evolution. I'm going to go into Gastrodon in case he does for anything, really. I mean, I can take anything he has, barring Hidden Power Grass. So, with that said, I make the immediate switch, because he's not going to use Hidden Power Grass against a Togekiss. He goes for the Volt switch, so that really makes my mind work about what kind of Manectric this really is. But in any case, I'm going to go for the Scald, I believe, here, and he's going to just make the Toxic, okay. I go for the Toxic right here, because I looked at his team, the only Pokemon that really couldn't get hit by Toxic was the Nidoqueen, so I'm like, you know what, this is a really safe play for me, let me go for the Toxic. I ended up toxicking the Slowbro, and getting the Toxic off on a wall is always really good for you. However, Slowbro isn't just any type of wall. He has Regenerator, which means that even if Toxic has 3 turns on him, it's not going to be that easy to take him down. I'm expecting to see Toxic on my Gastrodon because my Gastrodon is my wall. So I switch out to my Rionaclips, which has Magic Guard. And I'm like, well, crap, what is this? He went for Yarn, so I have to switch out here because I would rather not have my Rionaclips asleep already. It's way too early for me to re-risk in that because I'm relying on my Rionaclips Trick Room later on in the battle. So I make the switch out here back in the Gastrodon, which is probably my best switch into this thing because I do have Water Absorb. So if he goes for Scald, try to get a burn or whatever comes in, well, I'll just eat it all up. So he makes the switch out here from the Slowbro. I don't know what he went for, but in any case, I went for Ice Beam, expecting anything really. And when I saw how little Ice Beam did, I pretty much assumed that this is an Assault Vest Guts Machamp. Which, you know, I guess that's good thing, because I guess maybe he was expecting me to use Toxic again. But anyway, so I go to my Reuniclus expecting I don't know what, but he went for knockoff, and I'm like, what Pokemon doesn't get knockoff? I'm so done! But anyway, I go into my Katniss, and I go for U-turn. So anyway, Katniss goes in here, goes to U-turn, because I want to bait out and see if he has the Stone Edge. Because I don't really know if he has Stone Edge or not. Because if he has Stone Edge, he's going to use it right now, expecting me to make a mistake. He goes for a knockoff again. Luckily, I switched out into my, Zeppelin, because I figured, okay, maybe he went for a fighting type attack. I don't know. But I went into my Zeppelin, and it was a safe play because I ended up eating up the knockoff, even though I lost my Citrus Berry. So, I go out into my, I use for Air Slash because I'm like, okay, anything's going to take good damage from an Air Slash from this thing because nothing's immune to flying. So he goes out into the Slowbro, which is not especially defensive, and it does about 25%. And with the Toxic being there as well, Leftovers is not going to be able to heal him up as well as he would like. However, I do not want to risk poison on my Togekiss just yet. I'm going to need that thing. This is an uphill battle, and I already lost one of the Pokemon that I was heavily relying on, my Reuniclus. He ends up going for Side Strike or Side Shock. Side Strike is Mewtwo's signature move. So he ends up going for Side Shock, and because I'm physically defensive, it did almost nothing. Well, it did a good amount, about 20-25%, I would say, but still not enough to make a real dent in a wall. So Gastrodon's here again, taking up all the hits, and Gastrodon's just like, okay, let's go for a Scald this time, 'cause I know he's going to switch out this time, and if he doesn't, well, that's extra damage on the Slowbro. I go for the Scald, and he goes out into the Machamp, and I'm like, you know what, honestly, I would much rather have the burn, because I can deal with the guts and all that, but I cannot deal with the, this thing just coming in with the Assault Vest and everything. So he went for Close Combat, and I'm like, wow. Close Combat, so he's not even attempting Dynamic Punch. So that pretty much assured me that he is Guts. Because it's one of them things where like you don't know. But when I saw Assault Vest, when I saw the Close Combat, I assumed he wasn't packing no guards, so he's packing Guts. So that, once again, it could work in my favor or not. He goes out into the Arcanine, and I think I said this before, but from now on, whenever I see an Arcanine with Intimidate, I'm going to assume it's Bulky with Will-O-Wisp, Max SP, Max Defense. Because god darn it, Bulky Arcanine is pretty annoying. But in any case, I go out to my Gastrodon thinking I can take any hit he wants to do, and not thinking he has Will-O-Wisp. So now I have a burnt Gastrodon. This is going to hurt. On the plus side, my attack is not cut because I am a special attacker. So I go for the Scald this time so I can get a heavier damage on anything that might come in. He goes back out into the WWE Champ. I'm going to call him the Rock from now on out. Then again, he is green. Maybe I'll call him Edge. I don't know. But anyway, oh, I go for Recover. Right. I was expecting him to attack again. I was expecting him to attack me with something. So, yeah, in any case, the burn is right there, and I'm taking a little bit of damage, but I'm pretty much at full HP. Me being a physical wall, I should be okay here, especially with no entry hazards being on the field. I'm expecting a Close Combat again, so I go out into Zeppelin. However, he predicted that and goes for the Bullet Punch. But, I can see without the Guts boost, Bullet Punch is not going to do much of anything at all. I'm going to be able to boost that off, no problem, even if he went for Bullet Punch again and got a crit. I'm pretty sure, pretty confident that I should have been able to live one more no matter what. So with that said, I go for Roost. He goes out into his Prom Queen, the Nidoqueen, and I'm like, well, crap. Now, here we have a problem. If he sets up now, then, I just need to intimidate him out. I need to scare him out before he sets up, in case he didn't do it this turn. I didn't want to switch in to my Volcarona because, you never know what's going to happen. So anyway, he goes out into the Ice Beam, and I saw that. I'm like, okay, Earth Power is definitely going to kill me. However, I forgot I had Citrus Berry. So now it all comes down to a stab. If a stab Earth Power, which I'm sure would have had, is going to take out my Gastrodon. It does not! Now, this is definitely a heavy play in a battle. I'm able to get Scald off, and I do 50% damage. I'm sorry, 55 to 60% damage to the Nidoqueen. I am not lucky enough to get the burn. However, the Gastrodon does go down, and there's the heavy damage done on the Nidoqueen. Now, right here, I am actually Focus Sash. So I figured I can set up easily and go for a Swords Dance here. I don't know what he was expecting. Maybe he was expecting a Fire type move from my Volcarona, but I don't know. Maybe at this point he knew that he was dealing with my he knew he was dealing with my Zoroark when he saw Swords Dance before, because I don't know, maybe he thought I was being weird with U-turn on Volcarona before, but now I'm sure that he knows I'm running this is my Zoroark that's on the field. The best thing about Zoroark is when you don't take any damage, because then you could just keep switching it in on a full healthy Pokemon and just be like, you never know. But anyway, I'm sure he's going to attack this time. I go for Sucker Punch, and me being adamant plus 2 with Swords Dance, Sucker Punch is going to destroy a Slowbro no matter how physically defensive it is. He goes out into the Manectric, and I went for the Sucker Punch. I'm like, alright, no problem. So the Sucker Punch, the Sucker Punch did big damage, did not take out the Manectric, but that's because, you know, he got the Intimidate drop. So right at this point, I go for Sucker Punch again. He makes the hard switch out here after getting the Intimidate drop and using Thunderbolt on my Zoroark, which took me down to about 13 HP. He goes out into his WWE champ. I went for Sucker Punch again, but, you know, he just wanted to whatever. Now, like I said, at this point, I already know he's Assault Vest, so I know he's going to attack. With that said, I go for Sucker Punch because I know he's going to go for Bullet Punch to try and get this quick KO, but I am faster than him, so Sucker Punch does do big damage, even with being only at +1. So with that said, he goes to the Bullet Punch, takes out Zoroark, and I switch in my Ord. My Ord is physically defensive, Impish, max HP, max defense, Swords Dance. He eats hits. I love having Pokemon that have really good ways to increase their stats that can also be bulky, such as my Volcarona, which is max defense, max HP, and my Feraligatr, which is max HP. I'm sorry, max defense, max HP. Yeah. You can't really do it with Gyarados because Dragon Dance really isn't good for something you want to be bulky with, and he doesn't have priority, but Feraligatr fills that role nicely. But in any case, after seeing how much damage Close Combat did, even me being as bulky as I am, I cannot take another one safely. So I have to go for the Aqua Jet right there, and I take out the Machamp pretty easily. So he goes out into the Manectric. I'm like, okay, maybe he's hoping that I'll do something else. But when he switched out here, I'm like, okay, he is trying to get the attack drop. So he goes out into his Arcanine here and gets another attack drop. So now my Swords Dance boost is gone. Now I'm like, okay, Aqua Jet is still going to do pretty good damage because it's stabbed from a Feraligatr. But clearly the defensive capabilities of a physical defense Arcanine is powerful. I do not want to risk a burn. I do not want to risk a wild charge. I want this Feraligatr for later. So I switch out here and go out into my Katniss because I figured if he goes for Will-O-Wisp, then I'll just eat that right up. He goes for Morning Sun. Morning Sun. So much bulk on the teams today. Good lord. The Togekiss, the Gastrodon, and now this Arcanine. The bulk is real. Not to mention my Volcarona and my Feraligatr. But anyway, he goes out into his Volcarona here. I'm sorry, his Flygon here. Well, I go for Quiver Dance. I'm like, okay. If he's Choice Scarf, I'm not going to be faster than him. I'm going to go for another Quiver Dance this turn. And, you know, just see what happens. If he reveals that he has Rock Slide, that's vital information. I can use that for later. He goes for Earthquake. And I'm like, that pretty much guaranteed that they have a physical move. So with that said, I go for another Quiver Dance, and now with me being +2, I know that I am faster than a Choice Scarf Flygon. I go for Bug Buzz, which is not resisted by a Dragon type or Ground type Flygon, and it instantly one-shots the Flygon. Great move on my end. He goes out into his Fantasbro. Now I'm like, okay, this is going to be difficult, so let me just go for one Fiery Dance, and then see what happens, and then I know I'll be faster, and then I'll just use Rest. I thought he was going to go for Flare Blitz or some Fire type attack. But instead, he just goes for Extreme Speed. I'm like, well, okay. I don't know why you did that, but okay. I am not lucky enough to get a special attack boost from Fiery Dance, even with 50% chance. He goes for Extreme Speed again to get that priority attack. I know that I cannot live 2 more Extreme Speeds from the health I was at before, so I go for Rest right now. Now, the thing I love about my physical defensive Volcarona is that I run Resto Chesto. So it just eats hits, gets Quiver Dances up, heals itself with his speed, and then is back up to full power and ready to sweep entire teams. He goes for Extreme Speed and gets a critical hit, while I go for Fiery Dance because it's my best move because it's at least stab. I'm sorry, because I can at least have a chance of raising my special attack, which can help in the future. I do get one special attack boost here, and it's going to be a 3-shot after the +2 Quiver Dances on the Arcanine. He goes for Extreme Speed one more time. However, like I said, I am physically defensive, so Fantasbro the Arcanine is not able to really put much of a dent into Katniss, my Bug on Fire, and I take down the Arcanine. I do not get another special attack boost. However, it's pretty much good game at this point. He goes out into the Manectric and gets the Intimidate drop, and I'm not worried about that because I'm already faster and I'm a special attacker. So that said, Volcarona is able to do his dance on him and just completely burn out the Shocktasmo, the Manectric. So with that said, the final Pokemon is here, and there's Prom Queen, the Nidoqueen, and that is going to go down really easily to a Fiery Dance, and that is a good game, Fantasbro. I love this game, and I love the animation for Fiery Dance. You can't hate it, and I was really glad with how this battle turned out. Went back and forth. It really went back and forth, and I think that the really beginning was slow, and if anybody had entry hazards, this game would have been a lot different. it would have been a lot different, especially on my end, because my Volcarona was clearly a prime player in this battle, just because of you know, it would have been 4 times weak to Stealth Rock, which would have hurt me and wouldn't have been able to take as much hits as it did, you know, because it was at full health. One thing I'm actually proud of in this battle is that I was able to use Zoroark successfully. I've been messing around with Zoroark because it can be a tricky Pokemon and something you should definitely take advantage of. And, you know, I figured with Gastrodon and Volcarona, those are 2 Pokemon that you can't really tell what it's going to do. And most times, when it comes to a Gastrodon, people don't usually outright attack a Gastrodon or a Volcarona unless they have an attack that'll completely one-shot it, such as a rock type like Rock Slide on a Volcarona or Energy Ball on a Gastrodon. With that said, Zoroark takes advantage of that cloak really nicely and is able to set up with a Swords Dance, or I think he gets Nasty Plot as well. Now, I understand and I respect that special attacking Zoroark has a lot more utility with Dark Pulse, Night Daze, Flamethrower, Grass Knot, Focus Blast. I understand that. However, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch is not anything to laugh at just by telling how much of a dent it put into a Machamp, even at -1. I'm sorry, +1. So it's definitely something you should definitely consider in the future, and I prefer physical Zoroark compared to special, but special should not be underestimated. But with that said, my time here on LumioseStation has come to an end. I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed this battle, make sure you guys show by hitting that like button. Also, don't forget to suggest Pokemon sets you want to see me use in upcoming Wi-Fi battles. I was sent a Skarmory, and I've been trying to use it, but it's kind of difficult because I don't want to reveal it just yet. But I was sent a Skarmory, and I'm still trying to use it, so don't get me wrong, I'm trying to use it. However, the Zoroark is definitely something new that really did work in this battle. Really was a tricky Pokemon because it helped me get a few scouting abilities out with U-Turn, Sucker Punch, Swords Dance. So it's definitely been useful for me. But like I said, that's going to end this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Can't wait to see y'all on my channel soon. Stay hot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.